Hi, I am John Filcich. I was born in 1924, sort of on the boundary of Croatia and Italy. It was the former Yugoslavia at the time, with the king, a monarchy. And in 1931, we emigrated to America, to Gary, Indiana, which is a steel town, steel mills, and it was basically a Slavic town because steel mills required manual labor, and the Slavic, mostly peasantry, and many illiterate, such as my father, worked at manual labor in the steel mills. And actually, that would have been my destiny if other things hadn't interfered. Um, and it was our community was mostly Croatian, Serbian, and Polish. So I picked up a lot of course, Croatian, Serbian were let's say, the family or the culture that was normal for us. But Polish was a little bit different. But I did have a lot of influences from the Polish, so I grew up in like three nationalities and learning three languages at the same time. Uh, that was all in Gary, Indiana. And about the age of 17, 18, it was the war years. And well, after growing up in the culture, which means that the bright part being the music and the dance, the music was always tamburica music, and the dance was kolos. Every Sunday in the summer there would be picnics, and you'd have a choice of two or three picnics to go to with tamburica music. And these were mostly church or organization sponsored, not the hot dog and marshmallow American type picnic in the woods. This was more like a dance in a hall, but held outdoors in a grove with a platform to dance with, and a makeshift bar for the liquor and for the men. And they always had a barbecued lamb done on a spit and things like that. So our picnics were different, let's say, than the standard American hot dogs in the woods picnic. And there was a lot of Kolo dancing, and I grew up in that atmosphere. And then there was what I consider a 5-year exile for me during the war years, and of which I was, let's say, deprived of all of this culture. So once I got back, and then by that time my family moved to California, Oakland, and I discovered folk dancing, and my whole life changed at that point. And then I, let's say, specialized in dances of my culture, tamburica music and Kolo dancing. And I found out that the Croatians in California were of a different kind. They were Dalmatians, actually, where our people are from the interior with an entirely different culture than those of Dalmatia, which is highly Italian influenced. So they did not dance kolos, and I began learning and teaching kolos. By 1948, I had a dance group of Croatian and Serbian young people, and we performed at many, many places. And then I was invited to teach in Stockton starting in 1951. And I taught dances of Yugoslavia, Kolos, also some Slovenian and some easy Macedonian for a period of 15 years straight without any breaks. And then I branched out and tried to learn dances from other cultures, namely Macedonian, Bulgarian, Greek, and Armenian. And all of these dances were learned in the ethnic communities just as the ethnics danced. And that was true with Croatian and Serbian. And my pride was to be able to say in my classes, these dances which you're going to learn, you could go to Chicago, Pittsburgh, Boston, anywhere, and dance right along with the people, because these are the dances that they will be dancing. And to this day, I hold to that and teach dances of exact dances of the people. And if I deviate and throw something in, or a little choreography, let's say, then I tell them, well, this isn't real, but it's fun, so let's do it. So that's so much for that. One of the questions you asked me was, what is your vision for Kolo Festival 10 years from now? Well, let me tell you. Just last night, I was standing at my booth and watching that huge circle of dancers dancing and so full of joy. It was a beautiful, beautiful sight. And came to my mind many, many years ago when we had the Kolo Festival at Dover Hall, which had a balcony up, or sort of a second-story balcony. I was up there once, and I looked down, and there was this big line of young people and middle-aged people and a few older people. As a matter of fact, we had people even 50 years old dancing with us. That's a joke. And I was very happy to see that sight from the balcony. So many people dancing Kolo and happy. But then I wondered, how long can this last? Those people are going to get old. And so there are so many other activities in life that have a sort of a up span, and then they start going down and they die off. And the activity is just a memory. And I was afraid that that's going to happen. But back to last night, I think it's going to continue. And I was so happy just today to see, I think, 3 teenagers dancing, and a few others, let's say in their 20s and early 30s maybe. So I think it's going to continue. And it's up to the people themselves for it to continue, and for them to bring new people in and to introduce them to this wonderful recreation that we call Balkan dancing.